Welcome to another great episode of Create.Learn.Implement podcast, aka CLI podcast, with me, your host, Coyetta, where we talk about all things life and business. My voice is a little sore today, so forgive me if it sounds a little weird. But on today's episode, we have the lovely Jamieca Brown, who is a mindset life coach, and she gives y'all the real deal on the other side. So stay tuned for Miss Jamieca Brown on the other side. Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get this podcast off the ground, I had a lot of questions, like how do I record an episode? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? How do I make money from my podcast? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use. And now Anchor can match you with great sponsors too, so you can get paid to podcast. So when I thought about starting a podcast, I had no idea how it worked. I don't know how I came across Anchor, but I did, and it was free and it was 100% easy to use. And I love to use it to connect to my audience. So if you've always wanted to start a podcast and make money doing it, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Calling all entrepreneurs. If you have a business, want to start a business, or want to grow a business and increase your wealth, then you need to join my private Facebook group. Hit the link in the show notes to join. We're going to grow together, laugh together, and build that money. See you there. Hello, everybody. So let's welcome the lovely Jamieca. See, I'm going to screw it up. Jamieca.
Yes, Jamieca.
Jamieca. See, and we just went through this, guys, just to let you know. Jamieca Brown, who is a life coach. So Jamie, is there a short form?
Mimi. Coach Mimi.
Coach Mimi. I love that. Coach Mimi, thank you for being here. Just fill us in on a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm a young lady that moved from Connecticut. I'm originally born in New London, Connecticut, raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut, but I am now residing in Tampa, Florida, where I've been living since 2017. Came here on faith and just to get my mind right, get things going for me, building my business, and just living in my purpose. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, I love that. I don't think our audience knows that you're a woman in your 20s.
Oh no, I'm not in my 20s, but I look it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Can I just say black doesn't crack? Because I could have sworn you were okay. See, here we go. This is real life proof that black does not crack. Okay.
I will be 33 this December 27th. I am a Christmas baby.
Oh my goodness. Well, you caught me off guard with that news. You caught me off guard with that news. But that's amazing. You followed your path. But what led you to make that big move?
So basically, I started Women Moving Forward Outreach Inc. In Connecticut, in Bridgeport. I also had my cleaning company, Mimi's Made to Clean LLC. But the thing was, business got slow.
Yeah.
Things to a halt. And I was just in my room praying. I just got my family back together. We was able to get my mother's loan back because, Sally Mae, when you do your taxes, she won't take her money.
Right.
So my mom wrote a letter, told them what we were going through, and they gave us the money back, and we were able to get an apartment. And so we got this apartment, and business was getting slow. And I'm like, okay, God, what do you need me to do? What's my next move? Next thing you know, my best friend calls me and he says, Mimi, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing, just in my room praying, talking to God. He was like, oh, well, I'm gonna be moving to Tampa soon. Mind you, I don't know what a Tampa was. He was telling me this in November.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, okay. He was like, yeah, I gotta get ready for the baby. My girlfriend pregnant. So I'm like, wait, what?
Right.
Girlfriend pregnant? All right, now tell me more. And so he's telling me, and then he's like, you should come and see if you like it, and maybe get a place out there. So long story short, I sold everything that I could sell that was mine. Um, I left just with my clothes. We got in his car and we drove to Tampa, Florida. Um, I slept on his couch, is him and his girlfriend's couch for 2 weeks. Third week, we went to Cuba for his birthday.
Mhm.
His birthday week. We spent 7 days in Cuba when they opened it up to us in April, I believe April or May. No, April.
Yeah.
And so while we in Cuba, we got back and was we was at the airport, and he was telling me that my car said that it was a note on it that it had to be towed, was going to be towed if I don't move it because it's not registered to the apartment.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't believe that story because here in Florida, I seen cars get towed and nobody's writing notes.
Right.
I see them just taking the car.
Yeah.
So I took that as, okay, you just want me out the place. I know the baby's coming. Y'all want y'all space. Okay, I was only there for 2 weeks. So I go in the bathroom and I'm praying out to God, saying, God, you said you won't have your children begging for bread. You say I won't be homeless again. You said I ask and knock and I shall receive. You say, well, I'm just giving God his word because his word cannot go back to him, boy.
Right.
So I wipe my tears. I leave the bathroom and he's like, oh, what's wrong? I'm like, nothing. He was like, you ever tried Craigslist? I said, no, help me. I end up finding 2 places on Craigslist. One didn't work out. It was a house full of men.
Hmm.
The second one was a young fella releasing the room to me because he was moving back to Broward County, which is like Miami. And so I did the application fee, only paying $75, getting approved the same day and moving in the same day. So look at God. I
Oh my
moved into
goodness.
an apartment that I am still at, moving in only paying $75.
Wow.
And I have a lovely 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom to myself.
Wow. That's amazing.
And so that was my move to, and I only had $300 in my pocket when I
Wow.
moved.
But you went to Cuba before. Wow. What a story.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. So when did you recognize that you weren't like other young ladies?
When things in my life were like questionable, like my name on Instagram is highly faved
Yes,
21.
it is.
I
Yeah.
didn't think nothing of it. I just put it on the thing. I just made it up. But as the years go on, I see how much favor God has on my life and
Hmm.
how he gives me favor with women and men. And like my credit was shot. And I
Yeah.
got approved for this apartment for $75. What? And so I knew God, has favor on me. And then it was my testimony now. I used to
Hmm.
say it was my story, it's now my testimony.
Yes.
Um, this brought it back to why I started Women Moving Forward Outreach Inc.
Yeah.
I was in Virginia Beach. This was in 2013, and I'm at this beautiful hotel in Virginia Beach with this guy. He's treating me good. He's just doing luxurious things and with me, and I'm using him, but he doesn't know.
Right.
Because at that time I was this young girl. If you got money, I want it. I had that nasty mindset.
Yeah.
And basically, I found myself in the bathroom crying in the shower. He wasn't there. He went to go do something.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was in fetal position, crying on the shower floor, saying, God, why am I like this? Like, why am I here? What is my purpose in life? I don't want to be here no more. I'm not going to commit suicide, because I made a vow in 2010 when I was laying in that hospital bed from a suicidal attempt in 2010 that I wouldn't try to kill myself ever again. So I'm just letting you know, God, I don't want to be here, and I'm not going to kill myself, but I don't have purpose. I don't know, why am I here?
Yeah.
Fast forward to the next day, we get back to Bridgeport, Connecticut, because we went for his family reunion. We get back, and we're in my god sister. We're in the backyard swinging on the swing, and my godmother comes out and asks us to go to the store for her. So we walked to the store. We usually drive, but we walked. That day, me and my god sister got hit by a car.
My goodness.
I woke up days later. I want to say happened on the 4th, September 4th. I woke up September 12th being told I was in a medical sedated coma. I was hit by a car. I cannot walk. I had plastic surgery to my ear. My head busted open. So many different things happened.
Yeah.
But all I could do is just laugh, because I still had my right mind.
Yeah.
Some people be brain dead,
Yeah.
but I still have my right mind. I said, God, so you do have purpose for me. Just
Yeah.
find out what it is. So, as time go on, I find out what that purpose is. And God spoke to me. He said, I need you to learn to love yourself and teach the women in your community to love themselves as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the name for Women Moving Forward, Women Moving Forward Outreach Inc., January 25th of 2015. So 2013, it was like, okay, I got hit by the car. 2014, all right, I'm still clubbing a little bit, but I'm also finding myself. I'm working at a women's shelter, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm now writing poems. And I'm like, okay, why am I writing poems? I don't do this.
Right.
So then I joined a forward program at Housatonic Community College in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I joined that program, and I became a community health worker. And then after that, what else? Oh, I got referred to do this program called PLTI, Parent Leader Training Institute.
Yeah.
And basically, I became a leader of my community, awarded by the state of Connecticut, by the governor and, the mayor and all those officials of my leadership award.
Yeah.
And in order to graduate that program, I had to be able to start an organization in my community. And that's how Women Moving Forward Outreach Inc. was birthed.
I love it.
Basically, I had to go through the transition, and now I'm sharing it with more women.
Absolutely. That's quite a story.
Yes.
But God is his own way of doing things. We might have thought it would happen one way, but however he does it better.
Exactly.
Yeah. So you answered my question, about women moving forward. But also let's talk more about your book, Transformation of All Odds, 10 Steps to Rebuilding Your Life. Tell me more about how this book came to be.
All right. So Transformation Against All Odds, 10 Steps to Rebuilding Your Life for Women. It's a workbook. It's not your regular book.
Yeah.
That started in 2016. I left my job on faith. I became a full-time entrepreneur, and I would wake up, go to Starbucks from the time they opened up to the time they closed. And I would just start jotting down things, my own life, asking myself questions that I know other women would want, that ask the same questions. And basically, I was like, I transformed my life against all the odds.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to share the 10 steps I took to help women rebuild their life. So the first chapter of that book is rebuilding your life the correct way.
Yeah.
So there's a life model, and a lot of people, they don't use the correct life model. They
Right.
go to the drinking, the drugs, the promiscuous sex, and things like that. And guess what? I did that. That
Yeah.
was the wrong life model. So I had to find the correct life model. That was when I had to learn to get to know myself, build a relationship with myself, be truthful with myself, be honest, look at myself in the mirror and ask, who am I?
Mm-hmm.
Build a relationship with God, you know, um, ask God what he says about me. And I'm highly favored.
Yeah.
And chapter 2 of that book is quality alone time. That is my favorite chapter
Yeah.
because when I took that quality alone time, a lot of my friends and family thought I was being weird. They thought I was, just being offish and didn't want to be around nobody. No, I needed to be to myself. I had to get away from the noise. And
Absolutely.
so that book is all about the steps I took to rebuilding my life. And it has been helping multiple women since 2017, since it being published
Mm-hmm.
in 2017.
Awesome. I love that. So, in your opinion, as you said, there are 10 steps that you took. In your opinion, what is the most underrated step to rebuilding your life? Like we might prioritize one above the other or think this one is not that important. Which one is underrated?
One of the biggest steps is your mindset.
Yes.
Basically, clean the noise, clean the unlearn and relearn. So
Mm,
unlearn all the things that you learned, even if it was from your parents, because a lot of our parents learned what they learned from hurt people.
yeah.
And so we just gotta learn new things, healthier ways. So the
Mhm.
main step is cleaning your mindset out. Once you clean that mindset out and start working on personal development, like reading books, my first personal development book was The Four Agreements.
Yes. Such a good book.
Yes. And that book helped me tremendously.
Mhm. Absolutely. I love that. Mindset is everything. I don't think we realize that it is the biggest block to anything. Once you can free up your mindset, then you can go forward and do anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So in your coaching program, where do you see the change first? When you're working with these women, where do you see the change first? Is it the mind or body? And why is the order important in terms of the changing?
So it starts at the mind,
Yeah.
the spirit, then the
Mhm.
body.
Right.
And that's how my coaching go. First, we work on their mindset. We jot down questions. I ask thought-provoking questions for them to write down,
Mhm.
answer to themselves. And because basically, I went to school, college for human services psychology,
Yeah.
and what our psychologists and our therapists do to us is just ask us questions.
Yeah.
We know the answers; they're deep within us. We just gotta dig them out, and that's what I do. I just ask these questions, and I grab it out of them, and I let them know you are special. You
Yeah.
are amazing. You are a queen, but you have to step into it. You have to find your purpose. Your purpose, yeah, sometimes your purpose find you, but honestly, you have your eyes open
Mhm.
because stuff can be right in front of us and we do not realize it.
True. True.
So so it goes mindset, spirit, and then once you get your mindset right, you got your journal, you're journaling, you're being honest with yourself, you're doing the activities, who am I? Um, then it goes into the spirit.
Mm. Now, speaking of,
I
go ahead.
I don't push religion
Mhm.
on anybody.
Mhm.
I tell them God is love and spend time with them. I do read the Bible, but I also have crystals. I
Mhm.
also sage and Palo Santo. I do those things because those are natural things that God said. It's like an incense. A sage is an incense. A sage is like an incense.
Right.
Palo Santo is like an incense. And anything you use can be used for evil or good. It's all about intentions.
Right.
And so I teach them and share with them, how to just talk with God. Like how me and you are talking. That's how you
Yeah.
could talk to God. You don't have to have a long, drawn out prayer. When people want to, choose a route and go with Jesus, I say he has open arms. Just say something as simple as, God, Father, I'm a sinner. I'm broken. I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Please, I accept you in my life. Help me. Something as simple as that, he hears it. He's omnipresent. And so we want to work on that. So a lot of my ladies, they like their bath time, their self-dedication day. That's also a chapter in my book. They'll get candles, they'll get incense, they'll put it by their bathtub and just relax, put on some nice soft tone music, whether the music with tones or mantras or words that are how they feel, or gospel music.
Mm-hmm.
And they put that on and they just relax. And that's how they start forming their spirituality.
Yeah.
They build their relationship with God. And then we get into the body.
Mm-hmm.
For your blood type. A lot of my ladies don't know what their blood type is. I say go book a physical. You should have at least one physical a year.
Yeah.
Go get your physical, get blood work done, and ask your doctor, what is your blood type? From there, I then send them information, what to eat, what not to eat for their blood type. Also give them little workouts, like just walking 30 minutes for 30 days is a great transformation for your life. And drinking water and fruits and veggies, and leave the red meat alone.
Yeah.
like I'm a pescatarian. The only meat I will eat is chicken.
Yeah.
And so I tell the ladies, I share with them because they want to know how my skin is so nice. Vitamins.
Right. And why you look like you're 23.
Exactly. I listen to women like Queen Afua,
Yeah.
Dr. Sebi,
Yes.
Yada. It's a lot of people I follow. And another thing with the social media, clean, detox your social media, ladies.
Mm-hmm.
If it's negative stuff, all you see on I'm following them. I don't care if it's friends, family.
Right.
I don't need to see that no more. And a lot of people get offended that you unfollow them. Oh, well, it's social media. You know me in real life.
Yeah. Right. Right.
And so just take that and just work on the body, work on the mind, the spirit, and the body. And then next thing you know it, you're ready to walk in your purpose.
Perfect.
You are now walking in the steps of being healed. A lot of women think, life is about getting up. What we was taught, wake up, go to school, get good grades so you can go to a good college and get a good job.
Right.
Yeah, so I can pay for that college debt, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, life is so much more. It's about traveling. It's about living the life, a fulfilling life that makes you happy. Happiness starts with you. It starts within you. No one can make you happy. They are just a plus to your happiness.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it hurts me when I see a lot of ladies, they break up with these guys. And I'm like, oh, you didn't take my avoiding daters class. You would have took my avoiding daters class. You would have seen the red flags in the very beginning on that first date.
Yeah. There are lessons to be learned at all stages, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. So do you believe, I know spirituality is as a component of your program. Do you really believe we need a spiritual center to be able to permanently transform our lives?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Our whole body is like a spirit within. Our bodies are temples.
Yes.
When we was in our womb, when we was in our mother's womb, we was already being formed.
Yeah.
God says it in his word. We are energy. We are all of that. Once you get your energy right, get peace, you'll look at people that would used to bother you last time, and you look now, nah, I'm just head out.
Yeah.
So it's best. It's very 100% work on your spirituality.
Yep. Absolutely. Wow, this has been so good. So what, a couple more questions for you. Do you believe that change has an age limit? Because from your program, it looks like you deal with um
Age,
younger. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
I did work with ages 16 plus.
Yeah.
But on a day to day, I do work for a child services program. So
Yeah.
I deal with ages 10 and up, but that's on my career side. But on my business side, I deal with 16 and up because I want to get those teens
Yes. Yes.
while they're in high school. You
Mhm.
want to get them and you want to talk to them. Now,
Yeah.
a lot of them don't know about proper hygiene
Yes.
because if mom is at work all the time or mom is worrying about being in some guy's face or strung out on drugs, these teens need love, they need
Mhm.
guidance.
Yep.
And so that's where I come in, or any of my other mentors and women for it comes in and work with these women and these teen girls and like, hey, such and such, all right, I don't know if you know this, but you know, uh, you should smell yourself before anybody else smells yourself. All right. And they'll be like, well, I'm on my period. Okay, definitely. Nobody should smell that you're on your period. So we're going to
Right.
go to the store and we're going to get you these things. Dove got a new deodorant out. They have new soap that helps with, because I don't know, but for me, when I started eating healthier, I started like the muskier. Like I was like, why am I smelling like this? And I'm using deodorant. It's because Dove changed their deodorant. So if you go into the stores, they have new ones now that are clinical. You want to get on that. So maybe that teen needs those ones
Yeah.
instead of the regular ones. You know, she needs the new soap instead of the old original soaps. So it's all about your body type and teaching these girls about their body.
Absolutely. You're right. If your parent is missing in some way, or you know um unavailable, it is
Mhm.
kind of learning on your own. And it's funny because some things I discovered as a grown adult that I realized that no one taught me as a teenager. And I was like, man, I wish I did have that lesson. So it is good that you're
Mhm.
able to intercept and give them the lesson now before they get there when they're older, even if it's hygiene or finances, whatever it may be.
Yes, and then what I realized, me and a friend, we was talking this morning, how we realized our minority parents, preferably African American or
Yeah.
Latino, Latin population, they don't pay attention to their kids. Like they don't really know their kids. Like I'm 30, about to be 33, and my mom still doesn't fully know me.
Mhm.
She doesn't ask me questions that I would ask a teen,
Right.
not yeah, she asks like how your day going, but how's your mental? That's a different type of question.
It is. It is.
What is your thoughts on this subject, this topic? If more parents do that, you know, um, they will build healthier relationships with their teens, their children. We wouldn't be losing our children to senseless shootings. Like it was just a teen party in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and my nephew was there and his friends, and it was a shooting, and a young boy died. And
Wow.
I'm like, whoever was that shooter, he needed guidance, he needed love, he needed to learn there's different ways to handling things, conflict resolution. So more parents need to be in there. And I know a lot of these parents, inflation, and so they working extra hours, they're going to college, and that's all good and dandy, but what's an hour to a day just to spend time with your child?
Mhm.
So once you spend more time with your child and asking questions, like it shouldn't be all this violence with our teens. Like, they don't know what beef is. They don't know what real beef is.
No, they
Real
don't.
beef, real beef is when there's a whole, they're at a funeral, and the next thing you know it, people know you're going to be at that funeral, and they go shoot up the whole funeral. Because
Hmm.
that recently happened too. That's real beef. That's like mobster stuff. What y'all fighting over? Over a girl? Over because somebody said your sneakers is dirty? Like, what is
Yeah,
y'all fighting over?
yeah. But
What is something that takes
yeah,
somebody's life?
yeah. But I think you're right with your assessment. Sometimes it's either our parents are too busy just trying to make life for us, or it's not something they're accustomed to in their own household, so it's hard for them to do that with, with their kids. But that's why we're here to kind of break those generational curses and do something new
Yes.
for our line, right?
And and that's another thing. I don't say generational curses. I say generational habits,
Ah, like that too.
because
Yeah.
that is a habit that has been gone from one generation to the next generation, and that's because they watch.
Hmm.
Children learn with their eyes from the ages to from they're out the womb to they're 12 years old.
Hmm.
They are learned, those are their eye learning stages. And then once they are 13, they're doing, and even as young, they seeing these things and they're doing them. You ever see on TikTok, these little girls are dancing? I'm like, do you know the pedophiles that are out here? Why is your child on TikTok dancing like that?
Yeah.
Where's her clothes at? Why she have a belly showing? Like, I couldn't get my nails done until I was 12. and, and then I only had to got them done one time because I was like, I wanted nails that bad, and this is what they are. Take these off. Like, and so it's like it should be certain things age appropriate.
Hmm.
Um, we have a lot going on. We have the sex trafficking. It's big in the
Yeah.
Texas, the Florida.
Hmm.
Like, we need to protect our youth
Absolutely.
at all
Absolutely.
costs because they are vulnerable. And that's why I got awarded in the state of Connecticut for my leadership, because I advocate for the youth. I advocate for the elderly. I advocate for everybody.
Mhm.
But my core population is youth, teen girls, and boys, as well as women.
Perfect. I'm glad they have you in the corner, because it's tough out there, and I've seen some of your Instagram stories and so forth, and you speak very passionately about change and transformation, and rebuilding your life. So I think you are the right person definitely for this
Yeah.
job. Coach Mimi,
Yes.
what what do you do, like when is your turn to, like, get a moment to yourself, or if you're feeling down, what is your pick me up, what's your routine to pick yourself up? Or you know do you read, what do you do, take a nice bath, like what is your thing?
So every day I wake up at 8 o'clock. That is my soul care
Yeah.
and self care. So, soul care, I'm reading a scripture, I'm talking to God. Self care, I'm reading a chapter in a book in the when I wake up, or I'm reading my mantras. I set the tone of the day. I light candles, maybe light some Palo Santo or sage, whatever is
Hmm.
needed. Like, if I feel heavy, I
Hmm.
would do the sage and open the windows and just say, God, whatever this feeling I'm feeling, get it off me. It's just like praying, talking to God on
Right,
Palo
right.
Santo.
Yeah.
Ask him to bring all the positivity in. Um, I love candles. I love aromatherapy.
Hmm.
It is so good. And I am a lover of baths, bubble baths, and Epsom salt. Dr. Teal's brand is my thing.
It is good, it is pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm at work now, but I don't start until 3.
Hmm.
Um, so basically, I still do all that and I start work at 3. I just don't, I do the shower here at work. But when I'm home, I then on the weekends, when I have weekends off, I go for my walks. I spend time in nature. I spend time outside a lot
Yeah.
by the pool, because when you're stuck in the house, you start being stuck in your thoughts. Now, you could be stuck in your thoughts anywhere, but me, I like to be by the pool.
Hmm.
I like to be by the nature. So I have a lake in my backyard and in my front yard. And I
Hmm.
have a pool. So that is the
You're
benefits of
surrounded by
Florida.
water. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an earth sign.
Hmm.
I love nature. I love peace. Multiple people that walk in my home, they say, your home is so peaceful. I feel it. They don't know if they want to tell me their life or fall asleep. And I'm like, just fall asleep. Just fall asleep.
Yeah.
But it's like you make your home. Like I dislike when I see people say, oh, I need a vacation. What do you need a vacation from?
Yeah.
Because if you go on vacation, you're going to go right back to reality, right?
Yeah,
But
exactly.
why not create a lifestyle that you don't have to vacation from? And that's what I do.
Hmm.
So moving to Florida, I created a lifestyle I don't have to vacation from. People
I
come
love
here to vacation.
Right, right.
I live
I
here.
love that. I love that. Yes, you're so right. It's sometimes it's as you said, it's a mindset thing. So you have to program your mind to,
Mm. And I
to
also
embody
work
that space.
out.
Yeah. Love that. Love that. You also fantastic. Does definitely set off those endorphins for sure.
Yes.
Coach Mimi, it's been amazing speaking with you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. We've been planning this for over a month, guys.
Yes.
It's been, it's been a lot of back and forth, but I'm so truly honored to have you here to, get you to share with my audience. And I hope you'll come back because I feel like, I feel the peace from you, and I love that soothingness you're offering. So I think we need some more of that. So let's discuss. All right.
Exactly. And I have
All
so
right.
much topics. I even have a YouTube channel.
Okay, okay, where can we find you? Let's finish up there. We have less than 2 minutes. Where can we find you?
So you could definitely find me my YouTube channel, all the links and things like that at Woman Moving Forward on Instagram, as well as my website, www.jamiecabrown.com, and that's JAMIECA brown.com. And that's where you can find me. I really don't give out my personal Instagram, but it's all right because it's me. And that's what my ladies love about me, because I am very transparent.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be one way on outside and one way in the house. I am the same all the time. I am a jokester. I love to laugh. Laughing is good for the soul.
Definitely.
So I also can be found on Highly Fave 21. And that's HIGHLYFAVED 21 on Instagram.
Ms. Jamieca Brown, thank you so much. My tongue wants to say "ka," but it's Jamieca. Thank you.
Thank you as well.
You're more
And
than
thank you for
welcome.
having me.
You're more than welcome. You take care, okay?
You too.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in to another great episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, as all these things help to keep the podcast alive. Take care. Until next time.